I was saying before camera started rolling, where has Love Hotel been all my life? It is so good.
It's fun, right?
It's so fun.
It's just a whole different take on the housewives,
Yes.
right? It's usually the drum and the women, whatever, and this is, about the drum with the guys. I mean, they call me up and they go, hey, so we want you to do this dating show for like 3 weeks. We're going to pay you, of course, and we're going to find you guys. I'm like, I'm in.
Right. There was no hesitancy
there was
whatsoever.
No hesitation, because I'm single, I'm dating, so yeah, sure. I was like, if you think you can find me guys, good luck with that.
Yeah.
And I was surprised, weren't you? Like the guys were good looking and
established,
handsome, and have careers and were interesting. So
sure.
Yeah.
And not Housewives fans.
Well, not all interesting.
right. Not all interesting.
There was
Sorry,
the guy
Jerry.
that walk away in the beach. I'm like, I'm done.
Right, I love that.
You know when you know, right?
You know when you know.
I knew he wasn't right for me, but you got to try.
You have to try.
You have to give people a chance. Let's put it that way.
I love that you said that, like, your life has been in 7-year cycles.
Yes.
So this was coming up on the 7-year.
Yeah.
Which is so interesting to me. And did you feel like it was a sign, being like, okay, I'm here in my 7 years, I need to try this out?
I'm a big manifestor, right? So I connected with somebody a little bit further down the road. I mean, really made a better connection. Let's put it that way.
Okay, and then
so,
go ahead.
but I had fun connecting with all the guys. As you can see, I love to flirt. What can I tell you?
Love to flirt.
I love to flirt.
Was the connection with Adam? Okay, I loved your connection with him.
Yes.
Especially, I don't know how it plays out, but early on, the two of you bonded because he had the same birthday as your
dad.
father. Yeah, and you got so emotional about it too.
So 777.
Yeah.
7, 17, 70.
Yeah.
Not 69, not 71, 7 again, right? So it's like my father was standing in front of me all of a sudden. You know what I mean? Like, I was very emotional about it. It just came out of nowhere. It was like I just had to leave.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know what to say. I was like, you have my father's birthday, and he's gone since 20 years already. So, we were very close. I miss him a lot. So it just kind of, I was away, I was filming,
A wave of emotion.
Yeah, it was a wave, like the ocean of emotion.
The ocean of emotion. So what was it about him besides that you liked so much? It seemed like, based on the trailer, it seems like maybe things get a little racy between the two of you. Is that fair to say?
Well, I think that I definitely dive deeper into who Adam is, because he's tall, he's handsome, and very well educated, right? So let's see how fun he is. Okay,
right. Because it seems like he stakes his claim in you a little bit as well, and you don't like that so much.
Well,
maybe, I don't know.
Well, he doesn't as much as somebody else.
Okay, Jerry?
No.
Oh, okay. So this is somebody.
There's somebody else. There's lots of other guys.
There's lots of other guys, which I like
and
about
new
this.
one's coming in.
Once you feel like you're getting invested in somebody, then another one comes in to kind of take it. I love that.
To throw
for your loop.
Attention.
It's got to be the right person, and I know that you've been looking for the right person for so long, because you say also in the show that obviously because of your marriages, it was hard for you to trust people once again. So has it been difficult for you to open up?
It's getting better, but it's been 7 years.
Right.
So it's time. 7 years is quite a long time to wait. And so it was just like perfect timing. I think everything in life is about timing, right? So this was kind of the perfect time. I loved the selection of guys. And then we have the second wave of guys coming in.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking for somebody who's, can keep up with me, who respects me, who can keep up with my lifestyle, who has some money.
Yep.
Who's classy.
All the factors.
Classy.
Yeah.
And, so it's a tall order, but I'm a tall woman.
Yes. You need somebody to stand on up. Definitely. But was it hard for you? Obviously, you dealt with such public heartbreak too. It took you a while to even maybe want to get into something so serious again, right?
Right. I'm looking for a life partner, right?
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to get married again. Last tour I did for Cabaret was Marry F. Kill, right?
Yeah.
There's men that we'd marry that we'd want to play around with, and the ones we want to get rid of, right? Basically. And I'm ready to meet somebody. I'm ready to have a life partner, and I don't know if that's marriage or not, but somebody who's got my back and who adores me.
Yeah. Was that the expectation going into the show?
I really had none. I thought to myself, they're gonna find me a guy. I'm like, and I was pleasantly surprised by some of the options that they had, and So, you know, we'll see. I mean, you'll have to wait and
I'll have
see.
to wait and see. As of right now, there doesn't seem to be too much fighting amongst the women about the guys. But does that happen later on? I know Ralph is a hot commodity early on.
He is. You know, he's handsome. He's you know, tall. He's built. You know.
Yeah.
And so, but there's more to it than just physicality, right? There's, you know, all the layers that you have to kind of peel back.
Yeah.
So that's the fun part for me. It's like, you know, okay, tell me more about yourself, you know, that kind of thing. And, you know, and flirting and, you know, just having fun. For the moment I was there, really to have fun. I didn't expect, you know, to meet somebody. I didn't say, you know, this is going to happen for sure, and I'm going to pick somebody from this hotel and leave with them. It was more like, you know, if it happens, it happens. Yeah. And I had an open heart.
Definitely. Was there drama amongst the women? Doesn't really seem like it.
There wasn't. No, it's really we're each other's wingman for once. You know, we're used to the drama with the housewives.
Yeah.
Here, we're each other's wingman, and it's really the drama is more with the guys.
Sure. Yeah. And speaking of drama with the guys, Earl seems to be a little bit of a red flag.
I'll say.
That's the understatement.
You know, you relate to him because, look, he lost his wife, and you feel for him, etc. But, you know, then you see things might take a turn.
Yeah. Who was your pick for Giselle and for Ashley?
I love Phil.
Yeah.
I really like Phil. Right?
Yeah.
He's so elegant, right? So elegant and tall, and looks like he's got his shit together.
He does.
Doesn't he?
Yeah.
And, you know, Wale is a more fun, younger guy, so for Ashley, I think it's perfect. So, you know, there's a lot of interesting options.
Yeah. If this doesn't work out, would you do a season 2?
Well, maybe.
Maybe?
I never say yes, now I say maybe.
Yeah. Maybe, well, I know Sonia there was talks that maybe she would have joined, but she's seeing somebody now, right? Or she...
I think if they would have asked Sonia, she would have done the show, so...
TBD, maybe season 2.
I hope for her, because I would love for Sonia to find a boyfriend.
Yeah, I think Dorinda would be great on this.
Totally.
Let's bring them all. Well, she makes an appearance too, right?
Right? Yes, she does. She comes as my wingman. And Sutton, you know, from Beverly Hills. So there's a lot of, you know, girls like I would love to see on the show.
Definitely.
Who deserve to find love again.
Who deserve to find love, 100%. Yeah. I love it so much. I'm so happy for you.
Oh,
and the Cabaret is going so well too.
Cabaret is just, I adore it. It's, you know, it's my love affair with life, which is, you know, I pick songs that I love. It's the story that goes into the song because it's personal. And then it's a fashion show, right? Because, you know, I'll be wearing some Giovanni. And I'm playing, oh my gosh, I'm going to be, when is this, or is this, when did you?
Probably today or tomorrow. Tomorrow, probably, yep.
So, I have a show tomorrow in Philadelphia. I'm playing Philly, the live casino in Philly. Yeah. And then I'll be here in New York City at Town Hall on May 3rd, which is where I started Cabaret.
It's amazing. Full circle.
So, and then I'll be in Long Island at the Paramount and Boston. So I'm hitting a lot more spots. But I'm going to take some time off this summer. Because I've been touring. I went to London with, you know,
international.
I was in Scotland and Ireland. So the Cabaret tour is doing great. And you know, next year will be about the Love Hotel.
I love that so much. Oh my God,
but everybody has to see it first.
But everybody's got to see it first. I love that. What was it like having Joel around? Because he seems like he was there also as like a wingman to help you guys as well.
Well, you know, he guided us, you know, along, you know, during the course of, you know, filming. Yeah. And we seemed Italian, muy simpatico. Nice guy.
Yeah, nice guy. You know,
was there to try to help us. You know?
Yeah, it seems like everybody was there trying to help everybody find love, which I love so much. Yeah. You know, a lot of time has passed since RHONY. Do you miss it now, or do you have all these other wonderful things that have been happening in your life? The Cabaret, so many things.
I just feel it's so hard to reproduce something like RHONY when we did it, and I loved it. We did, you know, we had a lot of fun. There was so much debauchery.
Yeah, there was.
It's so many fabulous trips.
Yes.
Right. So it's hard to recreate that, and I do miss the girls. Sure, I would like for us to go on an ultimate girls trip everywhere.
God, I would.
They should set the RHONY OGs everywhere.
Everywhere,
like Below Deck. Let's go the OGs on Below Deck. So I feel like that's something I would like to do, but go back to, you know, filming The Housewives again. You know, that's another maybe.
Sure. Any ever discussions about it?
You know, not to my knowledge.
Maybe amongst the ladies.
Well, you know, we talk, but we've got other ideas of things to do, like doing these girls' trips, which are so much fun.
So much fun.
And less demanding on, you know, our schedules, because, you know, I'm touring, working on other projects, working on new music.
Sure, yeah.
All the time. So, you got to come see my Christmas show.
Oh my God, yes.
Which features Son, you got run over by a reindeer.
I love it so much.
I have so much fun with the cabaret because it's, you know, I get to be really creative, and you know, nobody's really knows my cabaret from watching the show because it's always the drama that happens in my show. Giovanni, you know, it's never really see my show, right? So when people come to my show, they're like, wow, this is amazing, and because I work really hard on cabaret. I've been doing the show since 2018 now. So.
Incredible. Congratulations. Right? That is so wonderful.
Yeah.
And I love that I've seen you and Dorinda out and about together a little bit. I love that the friendship that you still all have with one another. I think that's so special.
We're all still friends.
We're all still friends. Yeah. I don't know if you're keeping up with some RHONY headlines, but I know Bethenny's moving to Florida. Do you have any reaction to that?
Like everybody else.
Like everybody else. Everybody's packing their bags and moving to Florida.
Right? They're the snowbirds.
Snowbirds, exactly. I don't know if
But it's a little early. I mean, it's just getting spring. So
right, yeah. It's going to be a hot summer. Yeah. I don't know if you watched Southern Hospitality at all this season, but you were a topic of conversation.
I heard. Well, that Joe Bradley is charming, isn't he?
Yes, he is a bit charming.
I think he's adorable.
Were you surprised that you were such a hot topic? I mean, as you should be.
Well, because we had a little confrontation, the two of us, on Andy Cohen's Watch It Happen show. So, you know, he's charming. I love boys from the South. They have good manners. You know, he's mature for his age.
Sure.
And we got to hang out for a hot minute when he was in New York.